All right, we're officially past the new year, new me, start of the year. But if you haven't gotten your money's worth out of that gym membership by now, it is time to be honest with yourself. So here are 7 things you and me should say no to and stop wasting our money on. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with a friend. Okay, like I said, the first expense to say no to is any membership that you are not using. So this could be a gym membership, a spa membership, streaming services, monthly products that you get in a bundle, like whatever it is. And even if it's not very expensive, if you are not using it consistently, get rid of it. And this is so hard because even for me, it's like going through every like $7.99 Apple charge for some cloud thing that I have. I'm like, I don't even know if I'm using this. I don't even know what's going on. So it takes some inventory, but hopefully maybe you did that in January with the start of the year. But when you can cancel those things, and again, even if it's not that much money per month, it is going to save you money in the long term. And I think getting out of this habit of just wasting money or being like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, make it a big deal and just do it. Cancel the memberships that we're not using. Number 2 is the dollar aisle. So whether it's Target or the home goods checkout line that you like walk through, even DSW. I bought shoes for my kids for Christmas. And even that has like a little like line with all this stuff. Listen, you don't need it. And the frustrating thing is most of these things aren't even $1. I remember going to Target and where I always had in the dollar section like in my head and I was like getting stuff. I think it was for stockings or it was something. And I ended up spending so much money on it because I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even really look. And things were $3. And it's just crap. Let's be honest. Like we don't need it. So just staying away from the dollar aisle or the $3 aisle, we should say, and just get the things you need at the store. That is key. Now, speaking of things that are not on your list, that also goes for food costs too. So number 3 is extra snacks at the grocery store. Now, listen, the grocery store whole shopping experience, like if you don't have it down to a science, you're spending more money than you should. So this is everything from like not going to the store when you're hungry, having a list and knowing exactly what you need, not, just going and being like, oh, what do I feel like today? No, the grocery store is a place that we need a list because if you don't have a list, you are going to see things that look enticing and maybe in the moment they sound good and they look good. You're like, here, yeah, we'll just try this. And then if you have your kids with you, it makes it even worse. So sticking to the list, not buying things that you don't need at the store because they probably will go bad, you'll never eat them, or you'll spend more than what you're expecting. Sticking to that, so key. Now, one thing I am going to say yes to is delete me. Most of us do not realize how much of our personal information is online, and it's not just your name. It could be your address, your past addresses, your relatives, other details that you do not want to share to strangers, I'm telling you. And data brokers then will collect that information, package it, and post it on dozens of sites. And anyone could look it up. So it feels very invasive because it is. Now, Delete Me steps in and finds your information that's being shared and removes it. And they also monitor because these sites repopulate your data over time. So get 20% off an annual plan at joindeleteme.com/Rachel. All right, number 4. This is going to hurt many hearts out there, but say no to just the little treats. Now, I'm not saying that you can never say, you can never say yes to coffees or like cake pops or like little fun things forever, but just try it for a month, okay? Because it is amazing how much these extra coffees and bagels and sweet treats and all of that add up, especially if you are trying to get out of debt or save up for your emergency fund, because 4 weeks of just these little things here and there honestly can add up to so much money that you can put back in your budget or use to pay off debt or to save. Now, there will be a place in life for sure where you're going to have the bandwidth and the margin to be able to do that. You really will. But if you are in a place, especially this new year, that you want to buckle down and say no, the little treats is a good place to say no. Now, if you are looking at your budget and if you need a budget, every dollar is going to be your best bet because it's going to help you track what you are spending. It's going to look over your entire financial plan. And again, it is so amazing to have in your corner, especially in the new year. So I'll put a link down below so you can check it out. All right, number 5. Oh, this one I hate, but I'm going to say it because it's true. New clothes and shoes. You guys, every season it feels like there's a new style, there's a new thing. You get bored of your clothes, all of it happens. But just do this. I've done this before. Just say no for a month or even 2 months and just no. You don't need it, right? You see a new jacket or coat you want on the 17th? Just wait till the 30th. You'll be fine. You'll forget about it. You really will. So this is a place where you can save money because if you're like me, this is kind of my windfall. This is like where I go if I'm bored. I'm like, I want to spend money on getting new jewelry or whatever. So listen, there is something about saying no and putting hacks in place that I think are key. Maybe it is going through your closet and taking stuff out that you've not worn in a full year, right? Like we are still a little bit in winter, but like go through your sweaters. If you've not worn them yet, you're probably not going to wear them. So like remove it, have less clutter there. And then also there's something about seeing things that you haven't seen in a while because maybe it's all just cluttered up. And you're like, oh, I actually may wear that. So taking an inventory of the clothes, saying no to new stuff for a month or two. Oh, it's so helpful. Number 6 is guilt tipping. Okay, let's break this one down because I'm not as big of a grouch as George Camel is on this topic, but there are times that you can say no to unnecessary tipping. So every time an iPad is like flipped around, you don't necessarily have to tip. I mean, this was not the world in 2010. Like you didn't tip on every single thing. But in today's world, it seems like you do, whether it's ice cream shops, smoothie counters, sandwich lines, Chipotle, like whatever it is. Not every place is going to require a 20% tip, okay? And especially if you're not being waited on. So generosity is big. We still want to be generous, but don't feel obligated every single time you see a tip. All right, number 7 is convenience food costs. So I'm talking about Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart. All of these are luxuries. They are wonderful. They save us time, but they also cost us a lot of money. So I want you to be thoughtful about this. And in your budget, be looking to say, okay, if there are places you need to save and tighten up, this may be an area that you say no to for a bit. I mean, honestly, 1 month without this stuff can save you so much. Like, again, I remember this was probably 2 months ago, and Winston was out of town, and I did Uber Eats. I rarely do Uber Eats. I will do Instacart. I will. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But Uber Eats, I never really do. And I did it. And I genuinely felt like George Camel because I was like, how much is how much on this? They upcharge the food. I mean, there's so much added on that I thought, oh my gosh, that is ridiculous. So I felt that in my core. So if you're in a habit of doing it, just stop for a month and see how much money you can save. It's amazing. Okay, so now the fun part, because I'm dying to hear from you guys in the comments. I want you to tell me how much money you have saved in a month. If you do this, come back to this video in a month and just put it in there because we're going to go through it and see, because there's something so encouraging about actually doing something and seeing the effect of it that is so helpful. Now, if you need more money saving inspo, make sure to check out my episode, 10 Minutes of People Living Frugally and Winning. I will put a link down below if you're listening on podcast, or you can click right here. All right, you guys, remember to take control of your money and create a life you love.